Let's go live now to Washington. US correspondent for the Australian newspaper and Sky News contributor Cam Stewart joins us. Cam, good to see you. The most explosive day of the impeachment hearings today. Was there a killer blow?
Well, there was quite a few big blows, Laura. There really were. Gordon Sondland, who is the US ambassador to the EU and a Trump ally and a Trump donor, actually, who gave previous testimony which was reasonably supportive of Donald Trump and distancing himself from the Ukraine pressure campaign to start an investigation into Joe Biden, came out today and gave a fairly different story under oath. So what Sondland actually did was he's basically said that his orders to pressure Ukraine came directly from Donald Trump. And that's a really big admission for him to make. And what he also said was it painted a picture of a lot of senior officials in the administration also being fully aware of the campaign, including the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and the Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney. So what Sondland effectively said was this wasn't rogue diplomacy by him and Rudy Giuliani. This was basically a known campaign from the President down, ordered by the President, that people knew about. So look, it was really quite a big blow for the Republicans, certainly a big benefit for the Democrats. He was pretty much the witness that they've been hoping for.
Very convenient then, Cam, that Donald Trump has come out all guns blazing today saying there was no quid pro quo. What's he getting at there?
That's right. Well, Donald Trump, there was one hole in Sondland's testimony which the Republicans have picked up on. He basically what he said was he believed, this is Sondland believed, there was a quid pro quo regarding the withholding of US military aid to Ukraine and the desire for Ukraine to announce an investigation into the Democrats. He said he believed that was the case, he assumed it was the case, but the President never told him that. And Republicans have jumped on this, fair enough. And Trump has come out and spoken to reporters, and he's also pointed out another aspect of Sondland's testimony where Sondland said that Trump told him on the phone once that there was no quid pro quo. So Trump came out with a black texter scribbled on a book saying no quid pro quo and spoke to the reporters about this. It's quite an amazing sight. So look, that's certainly what Trump is saying. He's saying there's no smoking gun here. Definitively that ties into that quid pro quo on military aid. But the bottom line, I think here, Pete, is that the testimony generally by Sondland certainly ties the President very closely to the general campaign of pressure on Ukraine, and of course that's one of the main points of contention for the Democrats in this impeachment inquiry.
Is anyone listening to what Ken Starr has to say? Of course, he was the lead prosecutor in the impeachment of Clinton, and he has said today that he thinks this is, case closed, that yes, there are clear lines here to impeach the President.
Look, I was watching Ken Starr actually on Fox when the testimony was coming out. Yes, what Starr said was he described it as bombshell evidence. He believes the Democrats are already at this minute writing up articles of impeachment. So he believes that this testimony today means that Democrats will definitely impeach Trump. I personally think they were going to do that almost regardless anyway. But certainly Ken Starr's opinion is interesting here, given that he was the lead prosecutor in the Clinton investigation that led to Clinton's impeachment.
Just across town, well, across the country at the moment today anyway, Cam, the Democrats, the next debate gets underway. It's so much like sport, isn't it? We've spoken about this so many times. Momentum shifts to different contenders. It was Elizabeth Warren the other day. Now it's Pete Buttigieg. How's it all going to shake down tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting, Pete. There's 12 candidates on the stage tonight. And so it's going to be one of those very strange rolling debates. But in a month, a lot has changed. Elizabeth Warren is still very much up there with Joe Biden as the two front runners nationally, at least. She got attacked quite heavily last time on her healthcare plan, and she has changed that slightly. So it'll be interesting to see how she's treated with the candidates. Joe Biden, of course, everyone's waiting for a lively performance from Joe Biden, which really hasn't come along. And of course, everyone will be looking at Pete Buttigieg, the new guy who's come up in the polls, especially in Iowa. He's the one they're watching as well. And then you've got cranky Bernie Sanders, doing his normal revolutionary stuff. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. So it'll be really interesting because this is a very important one. We're only 2 months out now.
It's like an old school variety show, absolutely. Yeah, 2 months out. This will be important, particularly for Joe Biden, I would have thought. You know, Sleepy Joe Biden, that tag from Donald Trump is probably starting to stick a little bit at this point. So he needs to come out with a few fireworks today, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And also the ones who are just hanging on, you know, on 1 and 2 and 3%, they've just got to do something spectacular in this debate to make people pay attention to them, because I think what you'll find is next month's debate, Laura, where the qualifications to get onto the stage are much harder. We'll lose about five or six of these candidates next month on the debate stage if they don't improve their following.
And then Hillary Clinton comes in and takes the Democratic Party to the convention next year.
It's like the
Unlikely.
Big Brother house.
Yeah, exactly.
Get voted off the stage.
Good on you, Cam.
Thanks
so
so much.
Talk to you soon.